look at the letter sent by Hirunika Premachandra, the murdered Bharata Lakshman Premachandra's daughter, to President Gotabaya Rajapaksa yesterday. She also says that regarding her father's role in politics, that her father Bharata Lakshman Premachandra entered as a member of the Sri Lanka Mahajana Party to the parliament in 1994, and in 1996 she says that under the guidance of President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga, once again her father Bharata Lakshman Premachandra had obtained the membership of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. At that time she says that there weren't any sufficient members from the Sri Lanka Freedom Party to organize the affairs in Colombo. And also controversially, she mentioned about the following incident, and she says that when her father Bharata Lakshman Premachandra met and got to know from the beginning, he addressed President or the Mr. Mahinda Rajapaksa before that as the Mahinda Ayya or Brother Mahinda. And well, of course, we know that there was a protocol during the time of President Mahinda Rajapaksa's election in 2005 until 2015, that according to that protocol, even the president's relatives were banned from calling the president as brother or any other term as uncle or any other traditional Sinhala terms to indicate a relationship in family circles. But everyone was advised to address President Mahinda Rajapaksa as HE. HE means His Excellency. So this, knowing that, Hirunika Premachandra mentions purposefully on her letter to President Gotabaya about brother here, Mahinda brother. So here she says falsely, fakely, that this way of calling President Mahinda by her father Bharata Lakshman is indication of a very close brotherhood. These all, I think, is typical woman's gossip on a woman's imagined mindset. And she goes on to say it's like that. And then when President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga wanted to hand over the opposition leadership to somebody else, it's her father Bharata Lakshman Premachandra, it seems, according to her, who had gone against that decision. And actually I am the one who instructed Sri Lanka Army at that time to hand over the opposition leadership to Mahinda Rajapaksa. So her statement is of no use or not valid or not for any purpose. Cannot be considered here. So on the other hand, she also says that her father had played a role in putting forward opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa that time as the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka when it was decided not to give the premiership to Mahinda Rajapaksa. Well, that time also I am the one who instructed the Sri Lanka Army to offer the premiership to opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa. So her statements are wrong here, and also what happens is she continues on these statements typically. Now here this is a very clear indication that her father had assumed a role, that her father Bharata Lakshman Premachandra is the one who had brought up the generation of Rajapaksa, starting from Mahinda Rajapaksa into the level as he was at the time of assassination. So this of Bharata Lakshman Premachandra. So this is actually imagination. It's not her father. It's the Sri Lanka Army who brought forward Mahinda Rajapaksa upon my advice. Actually, she also further mentions very important to go through this, that since her father had been dangerously assassinated for the last 10 years, whenever she came up with the thoughts of father, she had to take medication, probably psychiatric treatment. I'm not sure what sort of mention. And she says now she's a mother of 3 children. Well, and she continued to say that this incident of her father's assassination very rudely, very in a very bad way, attacks her mind. So, well, of course, that has to be investigated. How, as she was a mother now, she's a mother now, of course, of 3 children. How such incident, attacks her mind as a daughter, because she's a mother now with 3 kids, right? So when children are young, that is a very easy way of forgetting the past stressful events, like killing one's father, which can be the most stressful event for a daughter. So now, how this incident still goes around to harm her mind and destroy her mind, unless she had got involved in the assassination orders to the father through her. This is the reason I want a full investigation into this matter. So she also quotes Lasantha Wickramatunge, Tajuddin, and Prajeet Ekanagigoda's assassinations, and highlights that they have to be brought before the courts. So this indicates some sort of a, like a damaged mind or a damaged brain to Hirunika Premachandra. Obviously, her behavior reflects that, and she had to be looked after much more carefully, because this incident, she had been more like a stubborn money, luxury life model type, and any other thing that I not mentioned type behavior. So this gave the, finally the same thing brought her downfall today, even though she's a mother. And she also further quotes, in a very unusual way, Mahathir Mohamad, Lee Kuan Yew, Putin. She says that people have thought, the 69 lakhs people who voted President Gotabaya thought President Gotabaya was like one of them. But then, and also given 2/3, and therefore she says to take decisions for the betterment of the people directly, and she requests the president. So while attacking the President Gotabaya, and now she requests the president and compares President Gotabaya to such personalities like Mahathir Mohamad, Lee Kuan Yew, and Putin, and she give advice to President Gotabaya. So this shows some sort of a very abnormal mindset for unfortunately for Hirunika Premachandra. So therefore I think and this has to be further analyzed, her letter and the contents there, which helps to understand the present agony she suffers due to her own reasons. Nobody else can be blamed for these matters. Therefore, I think the President Gotabaya must, like a father, look into this matter and take steps to rehabilitate Hirunika, or perhaps any other way, to ensure that both Hirunika Premachandra and also Duminda Silva, is corrected. Because once in the jail, Duminda Silva cannot, offer financial benefits and request the, release, and then this situation is a terrible incident of unwanted people trying to get into the parliament of Sri Lanka, and this damages the good reputation of our country to a certain extent. So therefore, I think the Sri Lanka military intelligence also try to use this situation to harm the President Gotabaya. Because I think the Sri Lanka military intelligence put forward that time army commander who retired from service as a presidential election candidate in 2019. This is a clear indication of a very high level of intelligence activity to attack President Gotabaya. But President Gotabaya got the mandate of the people to be the president. So no intelligence can do anything unless this type of incidents are brought forward from the history. So I think Sri Lanka military intelligence activities, President Gotabaya must ignore but carry out his work from an inward faith point of view.